Rogan, thanks for joining us. So just firstly, we'll talk about your loan at Leamington. How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's going good. Obviously, it's good to be back out there playing after being out for so long, injured last season. Obviously, I went out on loan last season, so I got a decent taste of men's football, what I needed. Didn't end the way I wanted it to, obviously getting injured. But then I was come back pre-season, worked hard all the way through all the off-season to get fit again. And then, obviously, the loan came up to go to Leamington as soon as Scott rang me and said it's come up. I was like, yeah, I want to go for it. So it was initially just for a month, went in, did well, and then they've extended it now till the end of January. So just keep going and see where that goes.
And what's that recovery over the summer been like for you from that injury you had? Because it was quite a serious injury, wasn't it?
Obviously, when I first did it, it's the initial shock, panic. It was never really been injured before, so it's like, what do you do? What happens? So obviously, the physios were good. All the sports scientists helped me out and everything. As soon as you got back, mobile after the surgery, it was pretty straightforward. To be fair, just stuck to the rehab, what the physios gave me, put the hard work in, obviously, and over the summer to get back fit for pre-season, which I did. And then, yeah, it's good to be back.
And just going back to last season then, that loan at Matlock, just want to start first with, obviously you scored whilst you were on that loan. What was that like, obviously being a goalkeeper, going out on loan and getting on the score sheet in that game?
I enjoyed my time at Matlock. They're a great club, great set of fans, great players when I was there. Still speak to a few of them now, to be honest. Obviously the goal, it was bizarre how it came about. Lancaster was 1-0 down in the 96th minute. Got the nod to go up, went up and got my head on it, went in the back of the net.
Brilliant. And there were a few senior players at Matlock who'd had EFL experience and been there in the game. Did one even play in Europe or has played for European teams professionally as well? Yeah. So what was that like being around those kind of lads?
It's obviously good because they obviously know what it takes to play out here. I know, well, for example, a few of them probably played out here, played in the league, played in the EFL. So it's like they've got the experience. They've been there as young lads, where you've had to go out on a loan to a lower league team to obviously get the experience, and then they know what it takes, so they can obviously give the other experience that they've gained, pass it on to you for you to use, and then just set you up for the future.
And just coming back to Barnsley then, I know most supporters will probably know you from the start when you were in that under-18s team that won the PDL. There were yourself, Fabio Giallo, Jonathan Bland, Vimal Yoganathan in that team. How nice has it been to progress up over the last few years with those three other players? And obviously those three have, like yourself, been quite involved in the first team, whether that's been training or matches.
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, it shows that the academy here does what it's supposed to do, obviously. Just look at some of the names that's come out of it in the past. It's just it's good to see for, obviously, a local lad like myself, obviously Kieran in there as well. So obviously we've all come through the academy setup and obviously now took the step up to the first team. Then the end goal is obviously to get out playing out there week in, week out.
And how have you found it as well? Because obviously last season you were based sort of downstairs in the training ground with the academy, and you've now moved up into the first team dressing room, obviously Monday to Friday. What's that like being with the senior team?
Yeah, it's good, obviously. I've been around it now for a few years. I was training with them, travelling to away games and things, so it's sort of not been like a shock to the system or anything. It's been good to be in there, obviously. It's a professional environment. It's what it's going to take, obviously, to get to the next step and get playing week in, week out.
And you mentioned Scott Flinders just a moment or two ago. How helpful has he been? Obviously, kind of a similar situation to you, where he's from around here, part of the youth team as a player, and he's been there and done it as well in his career. How does that kind of help you?
Yeah, Scott's been class. Obviously, when I was injured in the summer, just coming back, he came in over the summer, helped with some of my rehab on the field and things. So that were a big thing that he did for me. And then obviously when he said he got the job full time, we were great, because obviously he's just come out of full-time football himself, so ultimately knows what it takes to get out there. He's been and done it himself, so it's sort of not his responsibility, but he's there to obviously push us in the right direction to get us out there week in, week out.
Brilliant. And obviously the supporters won't see you here in the training ground, but if there's ever a way to picture you in the training ground, you're quite boisterous, you're everyone's mate kind of thing, aren't you? Which is you. You're quite a infectious character, aren't you, around the place. But you're at your hometown club, you're at the team that you support, so you're kind of making the most of that, aren't you? And every day, what is every day like for you as a local lad who's kind of living his dream, being here?
That's it, like you say, it's a dream come true, obviously, to play for your home team. A lot of young footballers, when you're young, your dream is to play for your home team. So to be in here every day, it is my dream come true. But obviously the next dream now is to go out and play week in, week out in front of the fans.
And you'll know it better than anyone. How important is this football club to the community?
It's massive. Like, you get a lot of like lads coming from abroad, further afield, and they don't really know the culture of Barnsley so much. So it's like, obviously, when you're from Barnsley, you know what it's about. It's hard working. Everyone wants to help everyone out. So like, that's ultimately what it's all about.
And just lastly, Rogan, what are your personal aspirations for the future, whether that be at Barnsley or even for the rest of this season, whether that's loans or that kind of thing?
Obviously, if short term is to keep playing like I am doing at Leamington, doing well. Obviously, the contract's been extended there, so I'll be there till January. Then obviously review that in January, see what happens. But ultimately, my end goal is to be playing for Barnsley week in, week out.